Hello, this is Brooke Besser, author of Wyoming Road Trip by the Mile Marker. If you want to road trip on the roads of Wyoming, this is a book for you. It has every cool attraction laid out by the highway mile marker so you know where everything is along your route. Now about the GoPro. I, like most GoPro users, was having trouble keeping the battery alive for my complete filming session. I'm often out for many hours at a time and invariably drain my battery regardless of how hard I try to conserve it. I looked online and found a giant battery that will connect to the back of the GoPro for about $50, but it was big and bulky. I chose to mount my GoPro on the front of my helmet like this because I didn't like the top helmet mount. The advantages of this mounting are you don't see the helmet visor in all of your shots. Instead, you see your handlebars where it looks like you're actually riding. If you lean forward some, you can't even see the handlebars. Secondly, I can look in my mirror and see if the GoPro is running or not. And thirdly, a low branch won't rip off my GoPro. I got this idea from another YouTube video, but to sum it up, it requires drilling a hole in the front of the helmet, putting a bolt through, and mounting a circular piece of material made from a white vinyl cutting board. So you can see here the white vinyl cutting board piece. I put a little string strap that runs through the clip on the GoPro as a safety harness, and I had to recess the bolt just slightly so the bolt head wouldn't get in the way of the mounting for the GoPro. And now to how I actually solved my issue. I simply took a cheap solar charger. I got this on some Chinese cheap cell phone website for about $7 years ago. You can probably get them cheap still. And I attached it to the helmet with Velcro, so you could actually take it off, although this Velcro is real stiff, kind of hard to get off. I took a short cord and I just looped it through the helmet. I actually went through the visor and pulled it up against any place where it's tight. I ran it through the helmet, the goggles, and then I ran it down and through this padding in the helmet, and then ran it out through the front and connected it up. So basically any way you can route this cord through works fine. And obviously if you have a top mounted GoPro, all you need is a short cord and it'll just hook right there. So when I get back from riding, I just leave the GoPro connected as it is. I just simply connect to the solar charger and it charges both the solar charger and the GoPro until they're full. Generally when I get back, the GoPro is actually full many times depending on how long I'm out. So generally it'll already be charged, but once it's charged the red light goes off and the solar charger will just continue charging. I was recently out for about 9 hours, and when I got back, this was without ever turning it off. When I got back, there were still 2 bars on the GoPro, and of course the solar charger needed to charge, but that's how long this thing will go. Now I wasn't filming the whole time obviously because you're on and off doing things from actually riding, but that was just time with the battery running. I probably filled up 2.5 hours or 3 hours on my SD card on that. I tested this on my back porch originally under the shade of a tree, and I was able to fill up all 4.5 hours on my SD card without running out of battery.